What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you my exact strategy on how to stay lean while in a bulk. I think those days are behind us when we want to just do a dirty bulk and put a bunch of body fat on. We want to still keep our physique, but also put on muscle. So this is the exact blueprint I'm going to walk you through. Now, to give you some context, I weighed about 210 pounds in this photo, and now currently weighing around 186 pounds in this photo, and I'm actually stronger now than I was then. So the first thing you need to do is find your maintenance calories. If you have experience tracking, well, this will be pretty easy then. We'll just base it from there. But if you don't, use a calculator online or just track for a few weeks. If you don't notice any fluctuations in your body weight, your body composition, your weight stays the same for several weeks, and you consume the same amount of calories every day, that is your maintenance. So the first thing we're going to do when we do a lean bulk is increase calorie intake by 250 calories. So I'll use me for example. My maintenance is roughly around 3,500. So when I started my lean bulk, I bumped up to 3,750. So we do that for say 2 to 4 weeks. We track our body composition, we track our body weight. We do that consistently. If we don't see any rise in weight or changes in body composition, then we increase it another 250. So I bring it to 4,000. You just keep doing that over time. That way you're not putting on too much weight all at once because you're not going to build muscle that fast. That's just reality. I think the general rule of thumb for say a male in his 20s and is consistent with all his habits can put on maybe 1 pound of lean muscle mass every 4 weeks, depending on how experienced of a lifter he is. Now, bring us to our second point. It's important to know when we increase our calorie intake that we do it by eating whole foods and high protein still. So when you're bulking or lean bulking, you'll probably be eating more protein than 1 gram per pound of body weight because that's the way it works out. You will want to increase your carb intake, but you want to do it through whole foods. So still sticking to things like beef, chicken, eggs, pork, tuna, sweet potatoes, yellow potatoes, rice, fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff, and not just putting in all this processed foods. We want to stick to the whole foods. 3, we want to make sure that we're still following a structured training program that prioritizes progressive overload in both volume and intensity. I'll just put VNI. Sorry for my trouble writing. It is what it is. Something I've always struggled with. It's a work in progress. But you want to follow a structured training program. It doesn't matter the split. It could be an upper-lower split, push-pull legs, bro split, whatever it is. Just track it. Put it in an app. Use your notes. Because what gets measured gets managed. If you're not tracking, it's kind of hard to progress. So you want to either increase the volume and or intensity. So reps or weight each and every week if possible. Sometimes it won't always be that way, but that is the goal. When you do that, you're putting new stimulus to let your body recover to, and that's actually how you grow. New stress that's being applied. Which brings us to point number 4 is we need to make sure we're sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night. Sleep is the most important thing when it comes to recovery. I'm sure you feel it. Say if you have a bad night's sleep, you definitely feel it the next day. This is where your recovery, this is where your muscles are growing and building. So if you're not doing this, it's going to be hard to achieve your ideal physique and build any muscle. And the last point, which is one of the most important points, but I will write it down anyways, you probably know what it is and what I'm going to say, is consistency, which is probably the hardest part for most people, at least from what I've seen with working with clients in person and online. But if you can master consistency and self-discipline, you will guarantee yourself results. It's just a matter of time and how long you can hold on for. So be disciplined, stay consistent, follow these steps I mentioned, and you're literally guaranteed to see results. It's just a matter of time. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and the strategy I built out. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, just comment below. I'll be sure to answer that for you guys. So lock in. Let's get big.